You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Pchum Ben is a 3-day national holiday. It's the culmination of the 15-day Khmer Ben festival, which started on the 22nd of September. It is celebrated in a Buddhist fashion, but it's not actually a Buddhist festival, as EAC News reporter Reo Soko explains.
People bring flowers to pagodas, candles and incense being lit for prayer, foods being offered to the monks, traditional music using yike and lakhon basac reverberating in these sacred places. At night, monks recite a prayer. These are just some of the activities during the Pchum Ben festival, one of the most important festivals in the Khmer calendar for Buddhist people. This is the time when Cambodians pay respects to their deceased relatives of up to 7 generations. Cambodians usually travel to the provinces to meet with their relatives. This is the time to offer food to what they call the hungry ghosts. It refers to the spirits of their deceased loved ones. The rainy season means a rest for farmers, since farming is the main source of income for the majority of Cambodians. But after working throughout the year, the older generation of Khmers explain how important Pchum Ben is to them.
It is important. First, we need to maintain the Buddhist tradition that our ancestors have been celebrating every year since the beginning of Buddhism. Second, it is our devotion to our dead relatives, because they cannot touch, hold, and see things like we all do. We dedicate the merits to the monks.
However, this year's Pchum Ben is being observed in a safer way, after Prime Minister Hun Sen, together with the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Cults and Religions, decided to suspend the biggest religious holiday in Cambodia. But people can still celebrate at their homes to prevent another outbreak of COVID-19 in the kingdom.
This is very important to all Cambodian people because this is a Khmer festival, a Khmer tradition that people must respect to dedicate to their families who have passed away. I believe this is a tradition that has been practiced since the beginning of Cambodia.
Well-known monk and a professor of personal growth and virtue, behavior, leadership, Buddhism, and psychology development, Venerable Kusupyak explains how Pchum Ben started.
So the story behind Pchum Ben festival goes back to the Buddha time. There's a story told that the ghosts come to the palace of the king of India, and those ghosts were the relatives of the king. They already passed away years ago. But the king was very frightened in the middle of the night and was scared and get up in the morning and went to the Buddha and asked him about those sound of yelling in the palace. And then the Buddha said that there's nothing wrong with you, but your long time relative just come to visit you and want you to help them. And then the king said, what can I help them? The Buddha suggests him to invite monks and offer food and dedicate the merit to his relative. And he did so, and the relative were very happy, rejoiced the merit of the king, and be born in a higher realm out of that merit.
The date varies every year. Usually, it starts within September, the rainy season in Cambodia. Khmer Buddhists believe that this is the darkest month, a month that the ghosts come to visit their families. And both old and young Cambodians say they hugely value and believe in Pchum Ben.
The rainy season signals that Khmer Ben and Pchum Ben are near. Cambodians prepare to visit their relatives in the provinces while offering food to their ancestors at pagodas. However, with the COVID-19, it is expected that a much lower people will visit their local pagodas during this year's festival. Rhea Soko, EAC News, Nikrotuan Phnom Penh.